thepascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good evening and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. I got a quick live for you guys because let's be honest, I broke this story during our live watch party of the Letitia Stouch M trial, or the trial that we're watching right now, which we will be back on around 2:20 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I wanted to give you guys this one clean because I felt a little rushed given the fact that was right in the middle of a break, of a quick 10 to 15 minute break. And so I wanted to give you some more information about that. And of course, give you the breaking story that we know as of now. And the thing is the reason why I wanted to do this as a live, as its own separate entity, is because this is a very big deal, guys. This is a very big deal. Okay. This is shocking news, shocking information that is unprecedented, in my personal opinion. Two big names in their own respective sides of the spectrum have been fired today, or at least they announced that they were both fired from their jobs today. Okay. This is a huge moment. Okay. This is a huge moment in news and all that. And there's been a discussion going on in the Twitters. Some people were commenting on my recent post on Twitter, and I got some theories about this. It may mean nothing, and it may mean everything as well. Regardless, whatever side you stand on, this is huge news. Whether you're happy Don is stepping down, or if you're happy that Tucker Carlson is stepping down, regardless, this is huge news. So do me a favor, because this is a quick one, okay? We got this is a busy day for today, okay? So I got some news for y'all. Aside from us watching this watch party, this trial and all that, I got some stories for y'all today. I'm going to be a very busy man, so be ready for some other lives later on today. Hopefully, if I get enough time to go through some more stuff. So do me a favor, okay? Do me a favor, hit that like button down below, just a little housekeeping, okay? And of course, do not forget to crush that subscribe button, okay? Also hit that notification bell and set it to all so that you know when I go live. And of course, if you want to support this channel, hit that join button and become a member of the family. That'd be greatly appreciated. Anyway, we got to get into this because we don't have a whole lot of time, babies. We do not have a whole lot of time. Okay. We got some big news on both sides of the spectrum. Whether you are on the left or on the right, big deals. Big things happen today, okay? Big movements on the side of CNN and on the side of Fox, okay? I feel like one hits a little bit harder than the other one, and I'll explain here in just a minute. I think one is more shocking than the other, and then not also at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. I'm going to try to as much as I can, okay? In the little bit of time that we have before we hop back into another live watching the rest of this trial, today's trial, okay? And I appreciate all y'all who are a part of that as well. Okay, we got to get into this, okay? Big deals today. Big deals. Well, as I said before, and as you see the title down below, Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson have been let go of their jobs. Tucker Carlson is no longer with Fox News. He does not have his time slot, nor does he have his show anymore. And then Don Lemon, who has been knocked down, to be honest, over the course of some months here, has now been kicked out of CNN altogether as well. Very, very shocking information. So we got to get into some things. I'm going to start with Don Lemon first, okay? Because it just feels like it's the simplest one to start off with first. Okay, easiest one to break down. But As I said before, I've showed you guys before, and I'll show you guys his tweet here in just a second ago, but in just a second, I'm sorry. But as we know, CNN says Don Lemon's bitter statement after being fired is inaccurate and claims they offered to meet him, but he chose not to, as the sexist anchor's behavior catches up to him. Now, we are going to get into that a little bit, okay? But one of the things that I think is very important to break down is his statement that he put out at 11:14 a.m. this morning, my time, okay? And we were watching the Letitia Stouch trial, and we're in the middle of a break right now, but at the same time, this is some very fascinating information. This broke during that, okay? Just want to make that abundantly clear. Like I said, some of y'all have already seen this before, but I wanted to give you all a clean cut of this information because this is big news, guys. I'm sorry. Big freaking news. Okay. So he said in a tweet, I was informed this morning by my agent that I have been terminated by CNN. I am stunned. After 17 years at CNN, I would have thought that someone in management would have had the decency to tell me directly. I mean, let's keep it real. Let's break this down, okay? Obviously, he's sitting there trying to say that he didn't. Clearly, he's saying he didn't know, and they out of nowhere just ripped the rug out from under his feet. He's saying this is a huge surprise to him that he got fired in this fashion. We're going to talk about that in just a second, okay? But he said, and he feels some type of way that they didn't even bother to bring him in to chop it up with him and say, here are the reasons that we are letting you go. And we feel some type of way about how you've been acting, so on and so forth. Nothing. He's saying they didn't ask him to come in. Okay. So continuing on, at no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do the work that I have loved at the network. It is clear that there are some larger issues at play. With that said, I want to thank my colleagues and the many teams I've worked with for an incredible run. They are the most talented journalists in the business, and I wish them all the best. Now, as you see this, as I'm breaking it down, and when we talked about it during the most recent live, when it was breaking at that moment, my gut reaction is he mad. Don Lemon mad, okay? He is not turning these lemons into lemonade, all right? He is very upset about this information. He's sitting there going, hey, I didn't know. They ripped the rug out from underneath my feet. This is jacked up. I'm mad, so on and so forth. But I'm going to say this. If you come out here with toxic vibes, if you're a toxic human being, if you out here doing these diva-esque type of behavior on set and behind the scenes, eventually that stuff is going to catch up to you. Okay? And real talk, if you're going to be a jerk, a diva, or whatever, egotistical prick, I'll say it. Eventually, see, even my dog concurred. He doesn't like the word prick. Okay? But eventually, your behavior is going to catch up with you. That's why I keep saying, be good to yourselves, be good to one another. Doesn't matter if you don't like that colleague. Hey, y'all are securing the bag together. Guess what? When you start acting up a fool or acting out and showing your ass, guess what happens? The person that you don't like ends up walking out the victor, and you look like boo-boo the fool, okay? Seriously, you look like a fool with your pants on the ground, and you don't want that. But apparently he feels because he's been there for 17 years, and these other people are out here brand new in these streets, or have only been there for, a handful of years, he thinks that he can act a certain way. But if you come out here with that type of vibe, eventually it's going to catch up to you. That's why I say work together. Keep your opinions to yourself. Keep your mouth shut, do the damn job, and go home. It's a job. And you get paid millions of dollars to do so. Now, see the difference between Chris. I keep saying Chris Tucker, and it's not fair. Okay, Tucker Carlson. Okay, I don't know why I keep saying Chris Tucker, but the reason why, like the reasons that both of them are being let go are drastically different. Let me just say that really quick. One was out here, as we already know, putting out certain information that was not true. Okay. Now, I mean, obviously, we already know. We can argue about that stuff, about CNN and Fox News and all that stuff. But let's be real. Tucker Carlson got caught with information, putting out information, so on and so forth. There's a $750 million lawsuit, okay, that Fox News lost. We are going to get into that in a second. But there's a lot of things that happen with Don that has to do with his character. Has nothing to do with the information that he was putting out here in these streets. It's his character, how he carries himself, and how he was around his workplace and his colleagues. Had nothing to do with the content he was putting out. Nothing to do with the stories he was talking about. It was all about himself and his attitude. Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. Okay? Because that's some real stuff. Now, to me, when I see, let me blow this up again. When I see this comment here, I look at this and I go, this is exactly Don Lemon's attitude. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not here to try to knock anybody's attitude or knock Don Lemon or whatever. Like, I have better things to do with my life. I really, really do. But doesn't this add up to the stuff that's been out here, all the toxic BS that's been out here about Don Lemon? His first statement about being let go is toxic as F. Take a look at that one more time. And you don't tell me that ain't toxic. He could have easily gone in here and said, hey, man, I'm happy that this, that, and the third happened. Bop, bop, bop. You know what I mean? It was great to work with these people, and keep your words and your thoughts and your opinions to yourself. But he decided not to do that. He came out with some BS saying they didn't have the decency to let me know. Toxicity. The toxicity. You know what I mean? Like, this is toxic as hell, man. That's just me. That's just me. This be toxic as hell. So to me, I look at that and I go, okay, this is clearly somebody who ain't cool, who has this demeanor and this attitude that has never changed. And we're only talking about Don. We're only on Don, but on some real stuff. As you can see in just this comment here, he's already trying to stir the pot. For what reason? I do not know. Because it makes him feel good? Like I said, this is toxic. And then, oh, by the way, guys, anybody who gets let go or fired from your job, this is, especially if you have if you're a public figure out here, this is not the stuff that you put out here like this. Like, I was violated because they didn't have the decency to tell me directly. Let me tell you something real quick. Like I said, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this, and we're going to spend a little bit of time on Tucker. Okay, on Tucky Tuck. So let's talk about this. He says they didn't have the decency to tell him otherwise. Tell him directly. Let me tell you something. They've been telling him. Remember, he had his own show. He had his own Don Lemon show, whatever the hell it was called, right? He was on that for a long time. And then next thing you know, his show was knocked off. He had that show. The show was gone. Then they said, hey, we're going to put you over here on this morning show with a bunch of other people. We're going to do kind of our own CNN, Good Morning America, Good Day, whatever the hell you want to call it. but it's going to be our own version of it, CNN's version of it. And you're going to be with a bunch of other anchors, and you guys are going to be chopping up about all these things that are going on in the world, blah, blah, blah. They knocked him down, but they still were giving him a chance because they said, we like his personality, people like him, so on and so forth, for the most part, right? For those who watch CNN. So he goes on there and he does his thing, but there was constant problems. Like one of these. He goes on to the show and says Nikki Haley is past her prime. Now, you got to understand, you got people who are out here watching his show. Some of them happen to be women, okay? And they're listening to this kind of ish coming out of this man's mouth. Again, somebody who does not give a damn, doesn't give a damn about any respect towards women whatsoever. Kind of a bad thing to do on a show that's predominantly female. The whole panel, except for him, are female. Probably not the best thing for you to go out here and say, right? And I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg of the things that were being said and the things, how he was acting out. The media was really starting to watch him. And the thing is the last thing you want to be, especially if you are out here in these streets as a reporter, so on and so forth, you don't want to be the story. You want to tell the story, but you don't want to be the story. And guess what? He became the story. He started getting very, as New Flower just said, he became Toxic Donnie. Real talk. He came out going after his other co-hosts, talking over them, starting to act a damn fool, just being unnecessarily wrong with these people and just being a tough person to deal with on set. Eventually, that type of toxicity is going to catch up on you. But they gave him opportunities. They gave him chances to bounce back. They were already ready to let him go. And instead of him actually just going with the flow and just doing the job and maybe getting another shot at the brass ring again, having his own show eventually by being cooperative, being a teammate, he decided to just punch holes in his raft and let that whole thing sink to the bottom of the ocean. So at the end of the day, when it comes to Donnie, hey, he did it himself. And this, again, him coming out with this type of statement does not help his story at all. There's toxic BS in all of this. I didn't even know. They didn't tell me, so on and so forth. But with that being said, oh, I love the colleagues. Thank you so much. Peace. Not very good. Again, I want to show you guys this title one more again. CNN came out with their own statement, basically saying, after Don Lemon put out this statement saying, hey, this is inaccurate. We offered to meet up with him. He chose not to meet up with us. And if he wants to act a damn fool, then let him act like a spoiled brat. But we try to get in the same room with him to rap with him to understand what the F is going on. And let him understand what he did wrong. And maybe, you know what? See, this is what pisses me off. This is what really grinds my gears about these kinds of meetings that were supposed to happen. When it comes to something like this, there sometimes is a glimmer of hope, like a little, like the door is still cracked open. The door ain't all the way slapped, like slammed shut in your face when they're going, hey, we want to have a meeting. Maybe there was a possibility of negotiation. Maybe there was a possibility of sitting down and having a conversation and going, hey, okay, all right, I've been a jerk. I'm sorry. I could be better. Is there something I can do? I'll take the L for a month or two. Maybe I sit back for a month or two. You know, I love working here. I've been here for 17 years. But no, he says, according to CNN, he says, deuces. He says, I ain't showing up. Shoot, I've been here almost 2 decades. That is some egotistical crap. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. That's all I'm trying to say. You just don't. Okay. Now, here's the other thing too. Let me say this. Let me say this really quick. It ain't over for Don Lemon. It ain't over for Don Lemon. Just like Chris Cuomo, when he got fired, we all thought, oh, what? Hey, goodbye. But no, he didn't disappear. He's on News Nation. He's doing just fine. He's doing just fine and doing his thing, making the money and doing whatever the hell he wants. So I don't think this is the last we will hear of Don Lemon. I don't. And I don't think it's the end for Chris Tucker. Damn, man. Tucker Carlson as well. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to do that. Okay. But I already read this to you guys earlier, but I'm going to show this to you guys again. I don't think it's over for Tucker Carlson either. Dagnabbit, Chris Tucker. I don't know, man. Man, you got knocked up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I have Chris Tucker in my head, but Tucker Carlson, I don't think it's over for Tucker Carlson as well. Okay. And you know what? I have a feeling Don Lemon will make lemonade out of this situation. I think so. Out of this situation, he can shoot. I'm telling you. I'll explain here in a second because it ties in for both of them. And no, it's not a Lemon Carlson show. That would be insane. Okay, that would never happen. They would kill each other live on the show. But to Tucker Carlson, he's been let go from Fox News. A lot of us on the left and on the right are absolutely shocked. Okay, I am shocked, floored about this information. So let's get into this a little bit. I have not seen anything about a statement that he's made or anything of that sort, but if it does pop up, I will make sure I read it here on the show. Okay. But Tucker, we'll see what happens. Okay. But Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have decided to part ways, the network announced in a statement on Monday. He had his final broadcast of Tucker Carlson Tonight that aired on Friday. He was smashing some pizza and he's sitting there going, I'll see you guys Monday. That's the show. I'll see you guys Monday. So to be honest, I'm sure this weekend was a very shocking weekend for him as well. So Fox News Tonight, another show is going to be filling his slot until they figure out what they're going to be doing for that time. Okay. Fox News Media, and this is what Fox News said in a statement. So Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that as a contributor. And he's been with Fox News for a long time. So Carlson joined Fox News as a contributor in 2009. He started to host Fox and Friends Weekend from 2012 to 2016. His show, his nightly show, ended up debuting in November of 2016. He moved that nightly show up to 8 p.m. in April of 2017. And it was there since till today, okay? Or till Friday. All right, which was the last show that ever aired. But one of the main reasons I feel that he is getting let go is because there was a $750 million lawsuit that was going on between Fox News and Dominion Voting Systems. And guess what? They reached a settlement of $787.5 million. Okay. So the voting technology company filed a lawsuit against the cable news giant in March 2021, accusing it of knowingly airing false statements claiming Dominion helped to rig the 2020 situation. Unfortunately, I have to be careful about what I say, unfortunately, okay? Because for some odd reason, this platform don't like us talking about these things. But they were accusing they were putting out false statements saying that Dominion voting systems had something to do with what happened in 2020. The big moment where there was the big transition between presidents. Does that make sense? Okay. So the company specified 20 broadcasts that it said were defamatory, including January 26, 2021 episode of Carlson's show featuring MyPillow founder Mike Lindell. Dominion and Fox News reached a settlement agreement just before lawyers for the two sides were set to deliver opening statements in Delaware state court. The company's lawsuit against Fox laid bare the behind-the-scenes discussions taking place among Fox's top executives, producers, and hosts, which Carlson was among them, after Biden was declared winner in the 2020 election. In an exchange with members of his staff early January 2021, Carlson wrote, "We are very, very close to being able to ignore Trump most nights. I truly can't wait." And then on top of it, and I have it highlighted here, but I'll highlight it again, "I hate him passionately." Now, what's interesting about this is you got to remember, this is the same dude that was putting out content, doing shows, trying to make it seem like this whole thing was taken. The 2020 situation was taken and all that stuff. This is the same dude that was putting out false narratives, helping with the false narrative that Dominion was involved with fraudulent, fake I'll just say election. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely crazy. He was involved in that. And you can't deny that. It's been seen. And the fact that you got Fox News going out and settling a huge number, again, $750 million settlement with Dominion voting systems. That is huge. Okay, guys? Massively huge. Now, we got all that information, okay? Now that we all know this, Tucker Carlson also said that he's blindsided by Fox News firing. That was a direct order from Rupert Murdoch after the situation that happened on the 6th, okay? After those conspiracy claims, because he was also putting out that stuff too, pushing that narrative, pushing the 6 narrative, BS narrative, and all that stuff. Okay. And producers. Okay. So after the conspiracy claims and producers lawsuit alleging bullying, sexism, and anti-Semitism. You think that they're going to keep somebody around after they just lost almost $1 billion? One of the people that's involved in the pushing that bullish narrative. You almost caught me slipping. Think about it for a second. You think they're really going to keep him around? Hell to the no. Hell no. They ain't going to do that. Are you out your damn mind? No, they ain't going to do that. Are you kidding me? Well, we just lost almost $1 billion for Tucky. We're going to keep him around, even though we lost a bill. Are you kidding me? No, they're going to sit there and go, no, we need to let him go. We need to clean up shop a little bit. Okay. And we got to keep it moving. There's other people as well. Tucker's not the only one that's being looked at. I guarantee you that. Hannity, Laura Ingraham, all of them. Okay. All of them are being looked at right now because they were all pushing that agenda, all pushing that narrative. So he is not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. You know that song. Okay. It's not the only one. So get ready. Maybe not. Maybe not. But keep your head on a swivel and keep your eyes open because you never know. But let me say this really quick so I can wrap this up because the other Thizzy thing is about to get cracking here in just a minute. Okay? Let me just say this. All in all, it ain't over for Don or for Tucky Tuck. It ain't. It's not over yet. Let me tell you. I said it in a tweet or in a response in one of my tweets earlier when I put this out. I like retweeted like, whoa, is this real? And I was like, even Tucky Tuck? Damn, right? I think the internet is winning. I think this is a pure example of how internet journalism is actually starting to win. The real journalism that's out here, not the BS going, oh, we got the fake audio of somebody screaming in the distance and so on. No, F all that BS. F all of that. Dumb that. Okay? I'm talking about the internet as far as internet media, internet journalism is starting to win out here. And I think that CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, all of these huge networks are starting to catch wind. You got Fox News out here losing $750 million. That's a whole lot of cash. I'm sure they got a couple other billions, but at the same time, still $1 billion for putting out lies is absolutely shocking to me. I think the internet journalism, all that is starting to come out hard in the paint. Things are changing. This is the reason why I say Tucker Carlson is going to be fine. Everybody out here tripping, going, oh my God, oh no, all is lost. Nothing's lost, guys. No, nothing's lost, guys. Nothing's lost, guys. The internet is forever. Hey, if there's a place for Charlie Kirk, there's a place for Tucker Carlson. Same thing with Don Lemon. If there's a place for Chris Cuomo, there's a place for Donnie Lemon. Okay? Let's keep it real. As much as we going like, bye, see you later, sayonara. Trust me, there are online media outlets that would pay hand over fist to have some of these guys on their networks. So, hey, as much as we lost, as much as everyone thinks, oh, you know, it's, where do I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with myself. All I say is hold tight, guys. Hold tight. It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. But I'll tell you this. You come out with BS stories. You keep pushing a narrative. But at the same time, I'll say this too. Fox needed a scapegoat. Who do you think is going to be getting that putting their head on the chopping block? Think about it for a second. Think about it when it comes to Fox News. But anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Huge news, y'all. Huge news on both ends. Both ends. It's crazy. My mind is blown. But I got to hop over because they're going to be starting the stream, or I'm sure they've already started this bad boy already of Letitia Stout popping off. Yep, they're about to get started here in just a minute. So I got to hop off and hop on to my other live. Okay. But everybody, whoever's losing their minds over both sides, any of them, it's all good. It's going to be okay. The internet is forever, and there's always a corner for them to stand in and get on their soapbox and preach to the world. If Megyn Kelly has her own corner, Chris Cuomo has his own corner, and all these other people, yo, they're going to be all right. Okay? They're going to be all right. All right? So anyway, Please don't forget to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll be seeing you guys in just 2 seconds. I'm hopping off and hopping back on to the Letitia Stout M trial that's starting just about now. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in just 2 seconds. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.